Hey guys, welcome to another 10 at 10 for August 26, 2025.
Guys, it's winding down. I mean, summer is coming to a close, man. It's about to be September, and you know what that means? MrMaple open house, 1st of September, 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. Guys, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be dope.
And this is going to be a big one. This is going to be one of the big ones that we do every year. I know we're going to have a food truck. It's going to go all day. If you want to shoot some videos, track one of us down. We'll get those shot. You can be in one of our top 5s. We love to hear what you guys choose as your top plants. Well, hey, let's jump right in for 10 at 10.
Yeah, man. I mean, right now, I remember whenever I first started, man, everybody was always talking about that summertime, like that transitionary time between the end of summer to the beginning of fall time. That's when these awesome sized trees come out, because there's stuff that came in during the springtime. It's had enough time to kind of grow off, and we got some awesome size on a red witch's broom of Elizabeth, guys. Acer palmatum Elizabeth.
Man, this is a really cool one because it's constantly putting off red. When it leaves out in the spring, it's coming out with that kind of that pinkish red color. And then as you go through the summer, you're going to get some of that older growth's going to kind of go green. But I mean, even these, look at these, pushing off that red. And it being a dwarf, you're talking about really, really good for containers. If you got a patio, one of those spots, really great tree for those type of applications.
Yeah, I mean, I think Elizabeth, there's a lot of red witch's brooms, you know, and like, I mean, Hime Shoujo, you got Twombly's, you got Shayna, and all those sorts, and they all have something that they offer that's just a little bit different. And I'll say, Elizabeth, you're walking through the garden, you're walking through the greenhouse, and you're looking for a red witch's broom, Elizabeth is going to be a great choice. It looks a lot more distinct than some of the other varieties. I think that it has a little bit more of an elongated leaf, a little bit more dissected. And I mean, the colors are just so nice during the springtime. Like Sean said, just getting a little pop of color. I just love a tree that can really just keep it going all the way through summer and then finish it up with awesome fall time colors. Elizabeth is a great pick for that sort of thing.
And a true dwarf, only 3 to 4 foot in height in 10 years. Small, condensed. Man, throw these up against some, you know, get some of those blue conifers behind it with that red splashing in front of it. Great choice and great sizes today at 10 at 10.
Don't miss out. Guys, if you like E-names, we just ran through Elizabeth. You might have an Edna in your life. If you don't, pick up this awesome Acer palmatum Edna Bergman.
Man, just killer tree. Look at the size of these, how big they are. These are some 1 gallon XLs, man. But this is just a really cool one, man, because this one, man, this has spring interest, gives you summer interest, and it gives you fall interest.
Yeah, man. I know they say bigger isn't always better, but with maples, I mean, come on, man. A giant 1 gallon XL. This is a tree that I look for in the greenhouse, man. You know, like, usually I'm picking an XL. That's a little bit better bang for your buck, you know, compared to a 2 gallon. But these are trees that are ready to go in the landscape, man. I mean, I was just talking about the sizes, and I think this rings true right here. Great cultivar, gonna give you some nice spring colors. Really nice blushing color as it transitions into summer.
Amoenum style leaf, and then, man, fall's around the corner for some of us, and man, you're gonna get that bright fire engine red on these. I mean, man, with fall around the corner, I mean, you cannot pass up on a fall quality tree.
I mean, definitely, man. This is one that is going to give you that nice punch of spring color. It's going to give you some nice texture in the garden with that leaf. And then come fall, man, you're going to be saying, Edna, man, what you doing to me? Looking beautiful in the garden. Maybe pair this up with that Elizabeth, you know. Have those colors kind of contrasting, seeing those changes in the colors. They're going to be a little similar in 2 different trees, guys.
And excellent sizes. Don't miss out.
Don't miss it.
Okay, guys, we are bringing you Acer bugerianum Miyasama Yatsubusa, man. We're talking about another dwarf. But, man, these trident maples, what I love about them is they give you so much different variety. that some of them, they'll give you different fall colors, different habit shaping. Man, these have kind of that bigger, more traditional, trident maple leaf. But man, this is just killer because, man, spring gives you that nice pink, red growth. And then during the summer, you get those pink, red growths on top of it, almost kind of flower looking on top of it. Just an excellent, excellent tree for the landscape.
Yeah, man, I think this is definitely one of my favorite trident maple selections. I really, really enjoy that kind of chubby Formosonum leaf that we see on this variety. Because, yeah, I think it's just so cool, the subspecies of trees. Earlier, or I think last Thursday, we had Mino Yatsubusa. You get to see an elongated lobes on that tree. Looks so funky. And then this thing is almost the exact opposite of like those dimensions. Mm-hmm. And I just like how it has a friendly look in the garden. This is going to be a super slow growing dwarf. Akin to something like that Yatsubusa because, like the Makawa Yatsubusa, because of like that tight, dense shingling habit that it gets on here. And this thing really shingles hard. I've seen like some Welsh pots where it has a really nice domed effect. And I've seen a large specimen of this at Buckholz. And I mean, during the fall time, it's just going crazy with those yellows and oranges. And I just love that gradient, man. I fall in love with the gradient because when I see a maple and whenever I think about maples, I like to think about depth. Whether that be like the depth, how deep can this thing go with its beauty? Can it create a depth in the garden that really helps play with that shade and those shadows, kind of adding more visual interest? And I think like this one just has a lot of depth. It's not a very surface level tree. There's a lot of things that you will enjoy about this special Miyasama Yatsubusa, guys.
And it being a dwarf, you're only looking at 5 to 6 foot in 10 years. But this one has some special powers. I like to say, I always like it when trees kind of do something different. And this one, you talked about those yellows infused with the oranges and all that stuff for that fall color. But this one, you're going to get a fall for an extra 2 weeks out of it, where this will still be showing those colors longer than most traditional Japanese maples.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love that bang for your buck to last just a little bit longer and stretch a little bit further? Because, hey, man, might be a long time till springtime comes, but hey, it's always dope whenever we get 2 extra weeks of fall time color.
Miyasama Yatsubusa. Okay, guys, we are coming to you now with Acer Palmatum Peve Ali.
Wow! Guys, Peve Ali, an awesome upright red with a little bit of funkiness to it, man. Like, I'm looking at this plant and it's just kind of like weird looking to me, man. Like, I'm looking at it. Sean and I were doing some research, and it talks about those thicker branching, kind of like a nice, strong plant in the garden. And yeah, this is like a palmatum with almost like Japonicum length, bud terminals. Like that spreading out between those bud terminals is very, like a longer distance than it usually is.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at about 8 to 10 foot in 10 years. So it's not a super huge upright, but kind of that thicker, that caliper on the branching and the structure of it just is very bold. That, to me, that's really cool because, man, you start getting into those fall and then you get into the winter months and you've got this just gnarly, strong looking tree out in the landscape. It's going to be thick. It's going to be bold. Just a really, really cool tree.
And I mean, I'm no maple scientist, I will admit that. But I'm like looking at this and I feel like there's something funky going on with the genetics of this. Like, I don't know if it's a tetraploid. We talk about those where you kind of have a mix of chromosomes, kind of like a mule of a tree. But I look at this thing, it's got like a thicker leaf. It's got like a different look to it. And I wonder if there's anything cool with those genetics going on in there. This is just going to look really dope in the garden. The leaves are really heavily divided. And I mean, I've seen some leaves right here that almost have like a cecifolium look. I'm seeing some that are, kind of more serrated, Matsumura style, akin to like something with like black lace. But I just think this thing just looks funky. It looks cool. I love that dark red color you're going to get on there. Always some play between those dark reds and the lighter colors. Peve Ollie is one you're going to want to have in your garden.
Get you one today. Okay, guys, I hope you're hungry because we're bringing you the crab maple. We're bringing you Acer palmatum, Karabu Yama.
Yeah, I mean, this is one is really cool looking. I mean, it's got super elongated lobes, heavily divided. And I mean, I guess maybe it kind of looks like a crab. I don't know, man. I've eaten plenty of crab in my life. One of my favorite foods. But this maple, it could become one of my favorites. It's got an awesome spring interest, giving you a nice red color. It's akin to something like that corallinum group, and then kind of moving into this nice, subtle, lively green feeling that you see right here. And then pushing in to some awesome yellows during the fall time. I mean, you pretty much hit all the boxes right there, man.
It is, and I think that's what this tree is really, really known for. It really is that fall display. You mentioned those yellows, but you'll get hints of oranges. You'll get hints of some reds in there with those yellows. And like you say, that leaf shape is very interesting. And, you know, that according to the Japanese name, Karabu means crab. And Yama being mountain, so this is Crab Mountain. But, man, just excellent 1 gallon XLs here today. Man, like you say, but those fall colors, this is really what this tree is known for, is that fall spectacle. Man, you don't want to miss out on this one.
Man, now I'm just thinking about eating a seafood boil, man, and leaving a Crab Mountain at the buffet, man. You know, but this is going to be one you're going to love to come home to and check out every single day. I really think that those greens really lend to kind of that Japanese gardening style aesthetic. Something that's not too flashy for most of the time, but gives you that pop of color during the spring and fall. Karabu Mountain, guys. Karabu Yama. All right, guys. From seafood to dessert, man. Got the chocolate drops, man. That azalea chocolate drops, guys.
Man, we're talking about a deciduous mountain azalea. And you might be asking, where does it get that chocolate name? Well, during the spring, you're going to get those reds and those dark reds that kind of mimic that chocolate color. You'll get some of that green later on in the season. But once fall hits, it's going to go back to that color. But it being an azalea, we got flowers. So we're going to get some really, really cool pink flowers. And especially during the spring, when you've got that darker chocolate color with those pink flowers on top, totally make your landscape stand out.
Yeah, I mean, I love azaleas in general. It's so cool, especially native azaleas. Got to show some love to the natives, man. But, yeah, I mean, something that gives you that different interest. Because most of the time, I mean, this might be some blasphemy against the azalea people, but I'm going to say it. Most of the time, the azaleas look very similar, dude, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they're selected for the flower, but I love whenever you get that extra little bit of interest going on, especially in such a beautiful plant. Super, super dope.
And this is one that was, I know, that it was evaluated for a long time, that it wasn't just something like, oh, this is, but it sat in evaluation, and it actually took an azalea expert that noticed it and said, hey, there's something there. It was pulled and put under even more evaluation before it was released. But man, just a killer plant for the landscape. And you know what? Azaleas make awesome companion plants to these Japanese maples.
Yeah, man. I mean, here you kind of get to see the azalea in its natural habitat, and I think that's awesome. I definitely want a piece of that in my garden too. So chocolate drops, man, that might be coming home with me today.
Okay, guys, we are coming today with Acer palmatum Fire Glow. Man, we're sitting here looking at this, and we're just amazed, man. These that are coming out, man, have excellent caliper. So thick, so nice. But, man, you're talking about a classic here, or becoming a classic. You're talking about a tree, a red upright, that's going to just add that brilliant red in your landscape.
Yeah, I mean, Fire Glow, Ghirardelli introduction guys from Italy, man. Those are the guys, they make the supercars, bro, out in Italy. And, I mean, they got some pretty awesome maples, too. You know, named Fire Glow, because you put this thing in the sun, it's going to look like it's on fire, and it's glowing, man. I mean, duh.
Well, you know, sometimes I've heard people that say, "Do we really need another red upright?" Well, when it's this good, when it puts on that show, and when you say it glows, and I know people will be like, "Oh, it looks like it glows," but it does. You site this in your garden so that you have that sun shining through it. So, hence the sun, something that's relatively heat tolerant, but you get that sun shining through it. It literally looks like it glows. It almost looks like the leaves have a different color on top and a different color underneath. The way the sun shines through it, it really does have a glowing look to it.
Yeah, I mean, and like we were talking about before, it's all about depth. I mean, visually interesting plants that have depth, not just on the level of that visual depth, but that depth of how deep can it go with the interest in general. And I mean, this one is just so cool. It's got some funkiness going on too. I mean, yeah, like you were talking about, hinting to a little bit earlier, that double layered leaf. So, I mean, it pretty much is like there is two pieces of leaf stuck together, and one is one color and one is the other. And, I mean, make sure that your jaw don't drop too far down whenever you're standing underneath of this thing, because, I mean, you might get some bugs in there. This thing is just so beautiful, and especially during the fall time. One of my favorite pictures on the website is from a customer. I don't know if they're out in Canada, somewhere out in the Northwest, I believe. They have 3 or 4 of these planted on they're right beside their fence. They're nice. This is kind of a medium growth range, so you're going to see maybe 10 foot in 10 years type deal. I mean, you just talk about, it looks like somebody just turned that saturation up, turning that contrast up, and it just looks amazing. I mean, with that beautiful red fall color, and then to get just like little hints of that as you see the sun shine through, kind of warms your heart, man.
It does. And so great starts to a size for your garden, great sizes, great caliper, ready for your garden today. Hey guys, we've got Acer palmatum green star and 2 gallons. Great starts for the landscape. Look at the size on those. But hey man, this is really cool. It leafs out kind of this lime light green with the leaves that kind of cup down. And then when you get into those fall colors, you're going to get some really cool yellows. But what I really love about this tree, you're talking about depth. Well, what's one way to add depth? Is contrasting colors. How do you create depth with those colors? You get something on that lighter side that brightens up those darker spaces. And this is one of those that's going to give you that.
Yeah, man. I think and I'll say I'm more of a fledgling collector. You know, I know I'm in a lot of these videos, but I claim that, you know, I'm no expert. But for me, something whenever I first started, dude, you get lost in all those flashing lights. You know, you see things like Lillian's Jewel, you see things like the Ghost series. You just see all these crazy funky, you see Purple Coral, man, you're like, oh my gosh, man. But then, like, as it kind of develops, you start to see things like Green Star a little bit different, man. You start to go for, you know, that classic kind of look. Something that's going to give you enough to kind of balance out the garden. Because if you just had flashy, 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 it's kind of going to lose kind of some of that punch that you have. But this thing is no slouch in the garden either, because with that beautifulness and that amazing leaf, it's going to bring that lively feel. But then during fall time, man, with that yellow color.
And I would say that's the key right there, is those yellows, those lighter colors. You can have all the flash you want in the world, but if it's dark, you don't see it. So you need something to contrast with it, to put in the garden that's really going to give you, you know, that make everything else pop. With it, it's going to pop. And man, these leaves, big old traditional palmate leaves, man. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful tree.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one that's going to be, one you're not going to be sorry about picking up in the garden. It's going to just contrast with so many different things. I mean, that fire glow, you put that Green Star next to that fire glow, man, you're going to be seeing some play between them. It's going to be looking super nice in the garden. These are great sizes. Guys, online it might say I'm 6'2". I'm closer to 5'9", but this thing's looking pretty good right now. It's pretty great size.
Great size. Let's pick you one up today.
All right, guys, we let the tree speak for itself right there for a second, but we're going to come in, talk a little bit about Acer pseudoplatanus. We got Esk Sunset, guys.
Man, this is this makes my top 5. Somewhere, I couldn't tell you 5 through 1, but this is always on my list. One of my most favorite maples. Man, you talk about every leaf is different with a different type of variegation going on. Sometimes it looks like a green leaf with white variegation on. Sometimes it looks like a white leaf with variegation. But then I fold up the leaf and it's pink and red underneath. I mean, it is just the most intense, awesome maples out there. And man, my brain always goes back to that one that at the Buckles farm, to stand underneath it and to watch the wind blow through it. And as it goes back and forth and you see that flickering of colors between that red and those greens and those whites. I mean, man, this is one of those maples. You want to wow your neighbors. You want people to drive down your street and say, holy cannoli, what's that? Esk Sunset.
In a 10-gallon, man.
10 gallon.
10-gallon Esk Sunset. Guys, we had to tell everybody at work, we got to save some of these, guys. I mean, these are dope, man. Like, such a great size. Like Sean was talking about, that bicolored leaf with the undertone underneath of it. I mean, the purple contrasting in itself. We talked about depth this whole entire time. Does it get much deeper than that, man? I mean, this is going to be a pretty large tree too. And like Sean was talking about, standing up underneath of this thing, looking under it and just seeing all that beautiful color. I mean, it just, obviously the tree is alive, but it just feels like it's just moving and dancing in the wind whenever you see it like that. And I just love this tree. I mean, not enough good things can be said about it.
Yeah, and you talking about how this is a large tree, and what's really cool is that, you know, you get those whites on the leaves, but as this matures, you start to get white striping in the bark as well. So then as it matures, you start to get bark interest as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell how excited Sean is about this tree, and me too, man, because rarely do we get it in a size this large, and you really get to start to just notice the intricacies of the leaf, the beauty of the variegation, the beauty of the double-sided leaf. And I mean, the shape is so nice. It's going to give you that regular tree shape in the garden. And man, I mean, if you check out that Brandy Hayes video, which somebody masterfully edited and shot, you get to see an awesome Esk Sunset that she does. She kind of plants it a little bit on a berm of a hill and has like a little trail that slowly declines underneath of it. So that way you can look on top of the tree and walk around and get to see the bottom of it too. And this is one, I think if you want to keep it manageable, you can definitely kind of heavily prune on it, keep it small, make it a little bit wider to enjoy both that variegation on top and on the bottom.
And y'all, don't sleep on this. If you're considering like, hey, I want an Esk Sunset, but I'm not sure, go ahead and snag this up, because I can tell you, this is one of the most requested trees we have at Mr. Maple. We get it in the comments quite a bit. We get emails, we get phone calls about Esk Sunset. Do you have it? This is not going to last long, so if you want one, be sure to snag it up as quick as possible.
And guys, that's going to be a wrap on that 10 at 10. Had to bring out that heat for the last one, man. I know, Sean, don't look at it too long, man. You might want to take it home. But that was just 10 of the 20 maples that are listed today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on MrMaple.com. Make sure to check out those other 10. Sign up for that email if you want those maples to know right before they drop. And yeah, I mean, what a great lineup we had today.
And just got to remind you one more time, if you haven't made those plans, make those plans for Labor Day. Open house, food truck, people, trees, plants, community. Be there.
I mean, all that stuff sounds pretty good to me, man. And guys, if you like the video, drop a like. If you enjoy watching us every single day, or maybe just every once in a while, make sure to subscribe. If you saw a tree that you want, make sure to comment down below. And remember, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.